This video is an introduction to polynomials. Polynomials are, for example, 2x, 5x squared, negative 2x cubed, negative 3x squared plus 5, x to the fifth plus x to the fourth, 7x cubed minus 1, negative x squared plus 2x minus 3, 5x cubed plus 3x squared plus x, or negative 3x squared plus x minus 5. We see some polynomials have one term, some have two terms, and some have three terms. There are of course also polynomials with more than three terms. We call polynomials with one term monomials. Mono means one. Polynomials with two terms we call binomials. Bi means two. And polynomials with three terms are called trinomials. Tri stands for three. Polynomials with 4, 5 and more terms have different names, but in general we just call them polynomials. Poly means many. Polynomials can have one or more variables, but most of the time we just have the x as the variable, like in all these examples. The exponent of the variables are always whole numbers. So in other words, negative numbers as the exponent are not allowed. Now let's look at the polynomial negative 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 3. This polynomial has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Each term has a degree. The degree of the first term is 3 because the exponent is 3. The degree of the second term is 2 because the exponent is 2. What is the degree of the third term, negative x? Remember what we learned in my video about exponents. An x without an exponent is the same as an x raised to the power of 1. So the degree of the third term, negative x, is 1. But what about the fourth term, 3? To find the degree of this term, we have to look at the exponent of this term like with our previous terms. But how can we look at the exponent when there is no x with an exponent? We can write the 3 as 3 times 1, right? Because 3 times 1 is still 3. Now, how can we write the 1 as an x raised to something? In my video about exponents, we learned that x raised to 0 is 1. So 3 times x raised to 0 is the same as 3 times 1, which is 3. In other words, 3 is the same as 3 times x raised to 0. Now we see the degree of the fourth term, 3. The degree of 3 or any other non-zero number is always 0. This is a good example to demonstrate why I highly recommend it in my video about exponents to memorize that x equals x raised to 1 and x raised to 0 equals 1. After knowing all the degrees of the terms of this polynomial, we can ask the question, what is the degree of the entire polynomial? The degree of the entire polynomial is always the degree of the term with the highest degree. So in our example, the degree of negative 4x cubed. We also call this the leading term. So the degree of the polynomial negative 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 3 is 3. By the way, we call the coefficient of the leading term the leading coefficient. A coefficient is just the number in front of the x. We call polynomials with degree 1 linear polynomials, polynomials with degree 2 quadratic polynomials, and polynomials with degree 3 cubic polynomials. Let's look at the polynomial with more than one variable, like 3x squared y cubed plus x squared y squared minus 5x plus 2. When there are multiple variables, like in this example, find the degree of the polynomial by determining which term's exponents have the greatest sum. This is then the degree of the polynomial. The sum of the exponents in the first term is 2 plus 3, which is 5. The sum of the exponents in the second term is 2 plus 2, which is 4. The exponent of the third term is 1. And the exponent of the fourth term is 0. So the sum of the exponents in the first term, which is 5, tells us that the first term is the leading term. In other words, the degree of the entire polynomial is then 5. Be careful when the terms are not arranged in descending order, like in our next example. X squared plus 7 plus 3x squared y to the fifth plus x squared y squared. Before getting confused, it is best to arrange the terms in descending order. In other words, order the terms from the largest degree to the smallest degree. So we get 3x squared y to the fifth plus x squared y squared plus x squared plus 7. The largest degree is 7. Then comes 4. Then 2. And then 0. So the degree of this polynomial is 7. In my next video, I'll do some polynomial exercises for better understanding and for a recap. This video is what I did for you. If you want to do something for me, hit the bell button, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy learning, everyone.